you have is that you're not afraid to take on the NHL. You're not afraid to take on anybody. And recently, you had an editorial on Rogers Hometown Hockey a couple months back when Rick Westhead did the interview with Kyle Beach. You didn't pull any punches, and we have that clip. Vic, can you roll that?
Wow. It's been a really tough week to be a hockey fan. And, that's why I got into this business. And I know I'm speaking to a lot of like-minded people out there who've had a really hard time kind of coming to grips with this and reckoning their fandom with what seems to be happening in the National Hockey League. I'm conflicted. And today, specifically during Gary Bettman's availability, he talked about the progress that's been made over the last 10 years. And I'm very much editorializing here. This is me, Tara, speaking, just making that very clear. But I'd like to say that over the last 18 months, as a fan, I have been disappointed. I have seen a league that has followed, not led, when it comes to Black Lives Matter and racial justice and leading the way in that way. They are not. They're falling behind. I have seen a league that has followed and not led when it comes to staffing with women and people of color in places that matter. I've seen a team this very calendar year draft a player in the first round who was found to have distributed images, sexual images, without consent. And then this last week, we see the most heart-wrenching interview from Kyle Beach, the most heart-wrenching admission that I think we'll ever see in this game. And what I am seeing is all of the players, from the players to anybody who has a voice in this matter and who could say, I'm just so sorry. I see the culture of silence being upheld, and it is devastating. And the reason that I feel so passionate about this, and so many of you do out there, is because this matters to us as humans, and we love this game, and we just want it to be better. And it isn't. And anybody who thinks that this culture is not deeply broken.
Wow. Well said.
Excuse me. I just.
Yeah. I'm
mean, yeah. No, I'm not verklempt. I swallowed my tea down the wrong way. It's sort of intense to watch for me right now because, I know how I felt in that moment, and obviously a lot of passion. And again, I will credit Rogers Hometown Hockey. Our producers knew that I was going to say something. They didn't ask to vet what it was I was going to say. Ron, that goes just along with his ability and drive to be a really generous broadcaster. He gave me that space. And obviously, I don't think the NHL is going to call me for a job anytime soon. But I think it's incumbent upon those of us in the press. Yeah, like we're part of that culture of silence, right? When we don't talk about these things and hold the NHL to account. And, we know these things aren't just happening in the NHL. They're happening at every level in every league. If we're not talking about it, then we're part of the problem. So, I don't think it always has to be this impassioned speech, but I think on a more consistent basis, like we need more Rick Westheads out there. We need to start kind of like going like, hey, like that's wrong. That's wrong. I don't care that you're the league that I love. I don't care that you're the league of standard. The hard thing is obviously I work for Sportsnet. Sportsnet is the rights holder in Canada. And so I think many of us feel like we've always had to walk a fine line. But I think it's better for the game when there is accountability.